Hi folks, in 2024 Jaguar presented a commercial which was, I think it's terrible. And today, therefore, I'm going to present to you a Range Rover Sport first edition with the Jaguar engine inside with a V8 4.2 supercharged. Range Rover history goes back to 1970 when Rover Group decided they want a huge luxury SUV car which can go on trail as well. The name is simple, range is a long distance, Rover means discovery. The second generation Range Rover, the P38, a legendary car, was manufactured from 1994 to 2002. In that time, the owner of the group was BMW from 1994 till 2000. In 2002, they showed to the public the third generation Range Rover. It was manufactured till 2012. In that time, they decided they want to make something smaller, something quicker car, but still a luxury one. And in 2004, they presented to the world the L320 in the Detroit Motor Show. That name was Range Stormer, to show to the public we want to do something like this. But that was a little bit different car. It has 3 doors and the lift-up doors. It was interesting. But then in 2005, they presented to the world this one. In 2005, in a Birmingham car show, they presented the final version of this car. The designers were Richard Woolley and Geoff Upex, and I believe this shape became a classic. The first look of the car looks like a Discovery 3, which has the same platform. They shared the T5 during the production. This is not a small car, 478 meters long, the width is 2 meters 17 and the height is 1 meter 78.5 meters, but the axle distance is 2 meters 74 centimeters, which is 14 centimeters shorter than the Discovery 3. Discovery 3 chassis, shiftings and suspension is exactly the same. That's why this car can go a little bit much faster in corners on streets and perfect in the trails as well. This car is very good on trails as well. As I mentioned before, the front approach angle is 34 degrees, the ramp angle is 25 and the rear approach angle is 29 degrees. As you see now, we are in the easy access mode for an easy entry to the car. There is 3 options. This one, the normal one when you drive the car, and the top one for the trails. Nice 15 centimeters from the ground, and the driving mode is about 17-18 centimeters, and the top is 22.7 centimeters. It can go into the water up to 70 centimeters. And a beautiful Jaguar engine just right under the hood. It's a 4.2 liter supercharged V8 engine. It's a double overhead camshaft, 32 valves and a 90-degree. AJ33S is the engine code. AJ is an advanced Jaguar, which Jaguar used for the V8 models, V8 engines. 33 is the type of the model, and the S is a supercharged. It has a roots type of Eaton compressor. Eaton is an American company and they work together on this engine. It's a Eaton M112. That's the code of the compressor. Why it's 112? It's one turn with the supercharge with the compressor is actually 183 cm air it can pump it in, which is 11.2. So that's why they named it for M112. That's why they work on this engine to get a very powerful engine for this smaller Range Rover Sport, let's say, because it has to be sporty, and it is. The trunk can open in two separate ways. The top, you can lift it up and you can put some stuff inside, even you park too close to other cars or the wall is too close. Then you have another option to open the full door, which Jeremy Clarkson was mentioned. This is not nice, not good, because the Range Rovers has a side part where you can sit down. On the easy access mode, you can sit down also here too. On the bumper, here's the protection. And the size of the trunk is 500 liters. If you lay down the rear seats, you can get 2000 liters, so it's more than enough. It has also a little storage place for different tools, for changing tires or anything what you need, and the spare tires are right underneath. It's not the best for the city because it's size, but honestly, you have a perfect view and huge mirrors, and you have all the sensors all around. I put an aftermarket display into this car to have a dash cam in the front and the rear, and the rear camera view. So it's still okay to use it in the city. This car has a 20-inch wheels, 275/40 tires on, and it has a grip. The acceleration from 0 to 100 is 7.6 seconds, and it needs 15 seconds from 0 to 100 and then back to 0. So basically the braking is with 1G, 7.4 seconds, and you need 37.2 meters, which is excellent in this category. It's a huge car, it's a heavy car, it's a 2,670 kilograms this model, and these models were from 2,500 kilograms up till 2,800 kilograms. The braking system is 360 disc in the front, 350 millimeter disc in the rear, and 4 calipers in the front, 2 calipers brake in the rear, and it's a Brembo factory made. As you saw, we were in a beautiful place again called Lupa Beach, which is next to Budapest in Hungary. And we were in the Bay Area, which is more family friendly, a little bit more quiet. If you want to have a party time, the other side is for you. And in the summertime, I absolutely highly recommend it to you. And thank you very much for the owners to let us to use this place again to present this beautiful car. As you see, this car is good on trails and on the highways too. The electronic air suspension system works perfectly. It's lowering down a little bit the car, so the air resistance is 0.37, which is perfect in its category, because 0.35 up to 0.45 in its category is the normal. But the size and the body shape, you would think this is absolutely even worse. Yes, in the city it eats a lot of gas, but honestly, it's a 4.2 supercharged V8 engine. Don't expect something small fuel consumption on this car, because this is 2.7 tons without me, so that's not a light car. The maximum speed of the car is 225 km/h, which is more than enough. I haven't tried it, honestly. Gear shift is automatic, 6-speed, and it's made by ZF, which is a German company, one of the best or the best company. Can handle up to 600 Newton meters, which is more than enough to this car, because this car has the high peak is 550. In 2005, Range Rover presented this car and also a new driving assistance system, the terrain response system, which has 5 different versions, what you can change in at the bottom over here in the center console, and you can choose which surface you are on the highway, asphalt, or snowy, or sand, or mud, or rock. The system automatically, once you change the position, will set up everything for you, the suspensions, the shiftings, everything. So you just have to drive carefully. There is a downhill assistant as well, which is very good. You just have to basically use the steering and that's it. Everything else, the car does it by itself. Fuel consumption is 12-13 liters if you are driving with 50, 70 or 90 km per hour between cities. If you go to the highway with 130 km per hour, and if you push a little bit hard, then you can have a 14, 16 liters. And if you are in the city, from 18 to 22 easily, but it can be 16 also, depending what's the traffic, how many traffic lights you have, how hard is your feet when you push the acceleration. So it's so many things it can modify. So it's not that bad, honestly. If I compare to a 1.4 Volkswagen engine, 75 horsepower, which it's at least 8 liters, it's 3 times, so it's 24, so it's still okay, and you have 390 horsepower with a heavy car, because this is a 2.6 tons or 7 tons. So yeah, if you are 4 of you with packages, easily 3 tons. There is a YouTube channel, Harry's Garage. He has a 322 Range Rover 3rd edition with a 4.4 diesel engine inside. And he went to visit to Jeremy Clarkson in his farm, and he has exactly the same car, same color, everything. And they were talking about this is the best car, nothing else, because this can all the lights up on the dashboard and it still takes you home. You have plenty of space, very comfortable, and it eats, yeah, a little bit more than the normal cars, but it's still okay. And Jeremy Clarkson said if you see a Range Rover Sport, black one, especially like this one with black window, pulling over in front of your house, you have to scare a little bit, because it's 90% chance you have a drug dealer or mafioso stop there. 10% you have a chance to maybe a good football player. Like David Beckham, he has the exact same car with same engine, same interior, everything, still in his collection. And Jeremy Clarkson was talking with people who had Range Rovers, different types, not just sports, and he asked them, so what's the service history? And they said, yeah, we have some electric issue, we have the suspension issue, we have some other issues. And he asked them, so what would you buy if you would sell this car? Range Rover, of course, they said immediately. This is the car that you don't understand till you don't have, because this is very, very different driving experience. On road, on trail, doesn't matter. And it goes everywhere through on it. So it's basically like a tank. And it takes you everywhere in a high comfort. And that's why people love it. Plenty of space in the trunk for luggages, for everything. It's a very, very good car. And be aware with the 2.7 and the 3-liter diesels, yes, those are not reliable, absolutely. They will broke definitely and cost 6,000–8,000 euros at least. But if you choose the 3.6 or 4.4 diesel, they have some issues too, but they are much better. And this 4.2, yeah, eats a little of gas, but that's it, basically. It has also service, what you have to do with, but not that much, and you're not going to spend that much in the service. And I love this sound. It's like a white cat, a jaguar, is talking back to you, screaming loudly, yes, I'm here, I'm the boss. And now you're driving me crazy. So great. So good, this car. Even in the corner, when you're cornering, it's just so stable. The body is just stays how it's like on the straights, because the air suspension works so hard to keep it in balance and not let it roll. So it's a phenomenal car. I just love it. When you change the shifter from sport mode to regular one, you have a nice quiet car, absolutely in comfort, you're driving it. And that's what I love in these two different sides of this car. And we can see there is a time changing when this car was released, because we had an option with regular old style cell phones like Nokia 6320 in the center console, and we also have the possibility to attach our phone via Bluetooth to the center music system, and both are working still today with the newest iPhones as well. You cannot play music on, but you can use it to your phone calls. In the center control, you can find also a nice little fridge, which cold enough for your drinks. Everything covered by leather. We had a Harman Kardon sound speaker system, the ProLogic 14 speakers, 2 subwoofer included, still perfect today. And we have the front seat, back of the head panel, the 2 screens for DVDs and videos. You can attach anything, still the newest modern technology with cord, with cables. And the chassis is a hybrid chassis, which has a leather, the basic, and also the top, the regular chassis. That's why it's so stiff, and it can handle every situation on the trail as well. I really enjoy this car. I really love the sound, I really love the performance of it. Yes, it eats a lot of gas still today, but that's the only one negatives basically. Because it's heavy, because it's big. The air resistance even sounds very low with 0.37, which is in its category is very great, because 0.35 till 0.45 is the average or the normal in its category. But yeah, it looks, the shape is like no aerodynamics at all. This model was in the movie, James Bond movie, Casino Royale, in the Bahamas scene when James Bond was the delivery guy who handled the cars. I mean, it looks like, and all around the area, just Ford and Ford brands around it. Since then, I love this shape and I love this model. Everything is covered with leather, so it's luxury inside and it's comfortable. The seats very well. You can travel long distance in comfort. But normally these people, even this car, go very well on trail as well. People use it, the owners, mostly on regular city base or asphalt version. Just like the Mercedes G-Wagons, they are exactly the same. They buy them, they use them, but not for the trails many times, just sometimes. In Hungary, there is a car enthusiast journalist, István Vai, who's in the speed zone. They are making very great content, and he just bought the Type S Jaguar and he loves it. And I really understand why he did it. It's a fantastic car. The price of this car in 2005 was £29,000 in the UK, and that was the 2.7 diesel version, the basic. This model, the 4.2 liter supercharged, was from £59,000 plus extras, such like these seats, which is the white one with all 4 seats heated. In that time there were no option for cooled seats, but it has a special material on the top, so it's quite good in the hot day too. In the used market you still can find this difference between the prices. 2.7 diesel engines are basically 2 or 3 million Hungarian forints, which is like 5 to 7,000 euros. And the V8 4.2 liter supercharged starts from 5 million to 7-8 million forints. It's from 10,000 euro up till 20,000 euros, and from above you can find a 5.0 version from 2009 or 10, the facelift version. So this car can tow 3.5 tons. That's why many people still these days love to towing any cars or any heavy equipment, machinery or boats or anything. I love the V8 sound, even if it's in a quiet mode like now. But if you push hard the acceleration, then you will have the compressor sound, which is amazing. And in the comments, write me what's your favorite V8 sound. If you have any V8, or what's your favorite to listen, US, German or Japan made one. Or if you currently own one, what's that one? Sound of the supercharger is in quiet mode, is fantastic also. So this is the Range Rover Sport first edition with the Jaguar engine inside. In Europe, mostly they bought with a diesel engine. In America, that was more popular with this engine. I hope you like this video. If yes, just push a like button. That's a feedback for us. And if you have any comments, use the comment section. And of course, follow us and have a good day to you.